Hello, my name is Jerry Bees. I've been reacting to every Taylor Swift album, and I'm still white, despite the fact that we are now 5 albums in. The original plan for this series was to go all the way up to Tortured Poets Department. Yes, finally, I got it right. I keep calling it Dead Poets Society. Tortured Poets Department. And if there's a Taylor's version of it, that's what I'm going to listen to. This has been fun. Like I said, I wanted to get into Taylor Swift because I was like, well, I can't really have an opinion on somebody I've never listened to before. And yeah, with you guys providing all the great context in the chat, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, he's still straight. I already asked. Yeah. So yeah, just to kind of let you guys know. So yeah, I know that there was some like, oh, well, listen to that song. We'll just be listening to the album. However, I'm going to meet you guys in the middle for this one. We're going to do the deluxe, and I think the deluxe version only has one extra song on it, and it's the Kendrick Lamar cover. And if you were there at the end of, at the end of the Red video, my only experience with this album so far has been the fact that it beat out To Pimp a Butterfly for Album of the Year. Now, how much stock you put into the Grammys? Well, that's your own prerogative, right? At that time, I cared. I wanted to see my boy get it. He did not get it. Tonight, I'll find out why. Very excited for 1989 because somebody said in the comments of my last video that this was the pop Bible. Now, that's high praise. You know, some might say, well, Michael Jackson's he's the king of pop. How can you have a pop Bible? Well, I was kind of hoping, just listening to Red, that and I kind of knew the fact that, because I hear the hits, that she would lean into the pop sound. And I finally read a monologue to one of Taylor Swift's albums, read the monologue to this one, and she's kind of talking about how this part of her life, she wanted to spur on a lot of change, and that, it was kind of a risk to put a lot of quote-unquote pop sensibilities, is what she said, into her album. And on Red, I thought that those were some of the best spots on the album. All Too Well, I think, speaks for itself. But that's where I feel like she's shining the most, and shining the most since, like, the debut. Like I said, I really kind of liked the debut quite a bit. Criticism of Red might be, well, it is a lot, really kind of all over the place, because how can an album with All Too Well also have Stay, Stay, Stay on it? But it was cool to kind of hear all the different sounds she was doing. So I think heading into this one, at least sonically speaking, it's going to be a little bit more consistent. Nobody spoil it for me. I think it's going to be a little bit more consistent there. We'll see. No, I'm quite excited. And then, also in the prologue, this, I guess around the same time as where the Gaylor stuff started showing its head. So I won't get into that. But yeah, so she's facing a lot of criticism, and I think, at least my summary of the 1989 prologue is that she really wants to, for lack of a better term, not control the narrative as like, I'm a puppet master and you're my puppets, but like, no, you're saying all this shit about me, making snide remarks about me dating a lot of dudes, right? I can do what I want. This right here, what I'm about to say, you better listen. So I feel as though, with all that in mind, all that emotional transgression, she puts that into an album, puts that into her music. So I guess without anything else to say, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. This is was it 2015 or 2016? One of those year's Grammy winners for Album of the Year, the Pop Bible. It's insane. Let's go. All right. I know I probably shouldn't have stopped there, but I got things to say. Yeah, so in the prologue, she mentioned something about going real synth heavy, you know, with this idea of 1989, the year that she was born, right? Kind of going back to that sound. It is very apparent as soon as this album starts with those synths. Her vocals are fucking kicking right now, I think. And that drop was kind of sick. So we're going to go back and listen to that again. Yeah, right. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to This is Jack's first album, right? Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. And then this. It's a new soundtrack. I could dance to this beat. Forevermore. The lights are so bright, but they never blind me. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. When we first dropped our bags on apartment floors, took our broken hearts, put them in a drawer. Everybody here was someone else before, and you can want who you want. Boys and girls and girls. Welcome to New York. The drop that happens before the chorus, just in the headphones, feels so damn good. Yeah, this is Jack on my Anton till I off, for sure. It's nothing like, you know, it's gonna blow me away. I just, you know, liked simple little lyrics, like where's the lights are so bright, but they never blind me. Like, I'm here for this shit, man. You know, this is New York. I grew up in Pennsylvania, Tennessee, right? This is, you're gonna find this anywhere. Goddamn, you know. Like any real love, it's ever changing. Like any true love, it drives you crazy, but you know you wouldn't change anything, anything. Welcome to
Okay.
New York. It's been That was really interesting. That was like really good misdirection of sounds there. So, devotion to accuracy. This may not be Jack Antonoff. This might still be Max Martin, as somebody had pointed out. But I don't give a shit because that sounded pretty cool there. So, you know, I'm thinking that kick drum's going to do the standard thing where it just, you know, keeps thumping, but it doesn't do that. And then instead we get the synth brought back up, and I think it's about to blow my ears up, and then it just stops, and then we get into the hook. Yeah, I'm glad we're finally here. I'm not that we haven't had good examples of of good producing, of like very thoughtful kind of direction of sound in my ears. I knew it was going to happen at some point, and we're here. It's New York, baby. It's New York. All right, so that was probably, I don't recall, but I feel like I definitely saw some people talking smack on this as an opener, but I liked this quite a bit. This, yeah, like I said, the production there, like I don't know who exactly produced it here, but you know, she's definitely more involved on the studio aspects of things here. And you know, it's a pop song. It's a poppy, fun Coca-Cola pop song, right? But like I said, that drop towards the end there was actually quite good. Moving on. Okay. So, I knew this was going to be on the album. I didn't know when. Before I started this series, because, you know, I knew the hits, right? And I had in my journalism class in my senior year of high school, my teacher was a big Swiftie, right? And I don't even think that the music video was new, but she played the music, like it actually worked its way into what we were talking about in class. She showed the music video and I was like, oh, okay, you know, Taylor Swift, cool. But there was something about this song that, like, I don't know, seemed a little bit more grabby to me than the other pop songs that, you know, were off of Red. Because, you know, I heard 22 and I Knew You Were Trouble. Thank you to the GOAT, right? But for the longest time, I used to say, like, if there was a Taylor Swift song that I liked, it was this one. So I don't think I've heard the Taylor's version yet. So, but just know that as far as any Taylor Swift goes, I've listened to this one all the way through the most times. Not a lot of times, not a ton, but enough to go, yeah, no, that's some good shit. Yeah, let's take this in. Let's revisit it, right? Straight white male revisits Blank Space.
Nice to meet you, where you been? I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I mean, 'cause you know I love the players and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too
Right,
far.
right.
It'll leave you
It's a standard. It's a standard.
with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
So up until this point, Taylor has not been a stranger to respond to criticisms of her. And, you know, she's like, okay, well, you say this, I'll back this up with what I do, with my music, right? This one, because it's snarky's not the right word, but there's satire. But I've always appreciated her vocals on this song, and this is like the first time. Listen to this song with headphones. And I can appreciate her voice just a little bit more. You know, she's, what's a line here?
Can make the bad guys good for a weekend.
You know, where she's kind of drawing in the breath there. And then she hits right into,
It's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames.
where she's not belting it right there, but I don't know. Good vocals.
The pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
So, before we get into the bridge, right? I even like recall criticism of this song being like, you know, like why is she gonna lean into it? You know what I mean? You know, why is she gonna lean like, you know, my long list of ex-lovers and all that? Like, don't you have any class? Or I'm gonna answer that with my argument for why, you know, some people might not like hip hop. Right? Oh, it's all about drugs and sex. That's all it's about. It's about drugs and sex, right? What the fuck are Def Leppard songs about? They're about drugs and sex. Go put on Sugar by Def Leppard. And then, I'm sorry you did because Def Leppard sucks. But, no, yeah, so that's me. It's like, well, you know, maybe it's been, you know, this is the first time that we've seen somebody like with this prominence, you know, kind of slapping back there. I could think here she's pulling more of a Madonna, not in the same exact way, but, you know, Madonna was like, here's my body. I'm like a virgin, you know, and like really put that idea into people's heads. And it was up to them to kind of judge that. So, yeah. So, and as far as this being called the pop Bible, I think that all kind of makes sense. Conceptually, at least. No, I want love if it's nice. And and we can just, like, you know, eat pizza, you know, hang out. That can be love.
Players and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
Yeah, I still like this song quite a bit. And I think it's pretty evident that I think I'm much more a fan of her pop stuff At least that's, even just sonically, it's just a little bit more interesting to me. And that's what I tend to, gravitate towards, right? Like, ooh, what's this trying to do to my ears right now? But even outside of that, like I said, conceptually, it's still quite good. And those vocals there at the end where it sounds like 4 tracks of her vocals going off. Okay, so we're saying Sydney, and I don't know why. So did somebody say that she performed in Sydney with Def Leppard? Taylor sang Pour Some Sugar on Me with Def Leppard? She did not. It like that bass just kind of pushes us through the song the entire time, and yeah, it's just good. All right. On to some Taylor I haven't heard before. Back at it again. We got Style. My Style Zach Brown t-shirt for today. Just for today, though. I'm going to refer to this song as GTA Vice City and GTA Vice City only.
You come and pick me up, no headlights. I should just tell you to leave, cause I know exactly where it leads, but I watch us go round and round each time. You got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like, and I got that good girl babe and a tight little skirt, and when we go crashing down, we come back every time, cause we never go out of style, we never go out of style.
Okay. So that's, like I said, it's like I'm only going to call this song GTA Vice City because it sounds like, again, this is, very nostalgic for that 80s synth pop sound. And I'm kind of curious as to why she's leaning into more of the 50s aesthetic here. It still works for the song. Maybe it would have been a little too on the nose to, like, I don't know. What was an 80s heartthrob, right? Bad Boy, Charlie Sheen, anybody in The Outsiders. Anybody that was in The Outsiders, I guess. But yeah, the beginning instrumentals here. That, like, slight Daft Punk Nile Rodgers guitar in the background. I should have put Who Is She on the thumbnail to this video. Who is this? Because at least we would have heard like a country pop thing by now in the other albums, right? Especially on Red. You roll the dice, you don't know what the hell you're going to get on Red. That's why it's fun. It's like, ooh, what's next? This one, you know exactly what you're getting into, I guess.
It's true, but I can't stop thinking about you, and I said I've been there too a few times. Cause you got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and a tight little skirt, and when we go crashing down, we come back every time, cause we never go out, we never go out of style. Take me out.
So I guess as far as, the old classic game that I have on these live streams, which is, okay, who is this song about? I suppose the popular view is that this is Harry Styles. That'd make a lot of sense. He's got the, hair slicked back kind of look going on, right? This one, I mean, follows a decent little structure here, right? Verse, chorus. But that like I said, that Nile Rodgers kind of sounding guitar is doing a lot for me in the verse. I actually like the verse of this a lot more than the chorus. Somebody mentioned that, she lost the Daft Punk for Random Access Memories, when she was up for Album of the Year for Red. So maybe she was like, well, if that sound works, let's just do it on my next album. And I guess it worked. Yeah. No, I mean, like, in all seriousness, right? This idea seems a little bit more intimate than just ripping off Daft Punk, right? Born in 1989. Let's get back to that sound. Pop worked for me in the past. Let's keep that moving. If you have not listened to it, Random Access Memories is fantastic. I got a thing hanging up in the other room for it.
You got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. 'Cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style.
I was hoping the twinkles would stay in the background. Yeah, that was just straightforward pop. Yeah, that bass and that guitar in the verse, I liked quite a bit. Yeah, no, it was a fun narrative. Like I said, maybe conceptually it would have made more sense, but then also everybody's gonna know what the James Dean daydream look kind of is. Red lip, classic. That's what she's going for here. And honestly, even if she's going for an 80s sound, hear me out here. If she's going for an 80s sound, what would people be making music of to reminisce on and be nostalgic about? Shit from the 50s. Shit from the... Taylor's playing 40 chess, right? She's playing 40 chess. Okay, what's a haler? I just found out what galers were. What the hell is a haler? All right, moving on.
The rest of the world was black and white, but we were in screaming color. And I remember thinking, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good.
Okay. That was a nice little build up to the chorus. I'm not, I think this is where a younger Jerry B's may have even said, well, it's repetitive, whatever. But it works because it's shit like that, because she's saying it quite fast. I think this is a decent little maybe abstract example of how vocals can be percussive. Because yeah, because it's on beat, but it's it's above everything, and it just sounds nice. I think this goes to show that it's definitely so much more pop forward as sound, right? That's what they really want to get out of the gate here. I'll get back to that bridge, apparently greatest bridge of all time. Also, for all those that are wondering, I read what Hailers were about. Harry and Taylor. I don't know. They like Brad Jelena, like a portmanteau. A portmanteau for their relationship.
And I remember thinking, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Remember when you hit the brakes too soon? 20 stitches in a hospital room. When you started crying, baby, I did too. When the sun came up, I was looking at you. Remember when I couldn't take the heat? I walked out, said I'm setting you free, but the monsters turned out to be just trees. When the sun came up, you were looking at me. You were looking at me. You were looking at me. I remember. I remember. Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we
Okay, just gonna pause because people were hyping up the bridge, and sometimes the hype for things I get just immediately from you guys, and then other times yeah, I don't know, I could see why people like that. This one, I feel like kind of met the hype a little bit just because it's not a bridge where she typically, I feel, would slow it down or just simply just like change the key or something like that. Yeah, it keeps the beat going, but then on top of that, we get this really descriptive scene of them getting stitches in a hospital room. And, yeah, this is a good example of her, you know, because her music, at least to me, is like her diary, you know, just she's kind of inviting us into all these very emotionally intimate moments of her life. And combining that with like really solid tunage here, and as an album, extremely consistent. All the vocals there at the end, I'm going back. I count 4 different vocal tracks on that one towards the end, and she just layered them all on top, one after the other. Yeah, that one, like, for... I hate to say this, but like for as like unfortunate as their snowmobile accident was, this song was actually kind of cute. You know, I think, you know, if hopefully you come out of the trauma on the other end, you know, clean and if not better for it, but more learned, having shared trauma with somebody, you know, that's a, like I said, a very intimate moment that you can have with somebody. And you put that on top of it's not a lighthearted song to any degree. I don't know. Mixed emotions, I guess. Clear conclusion. I liked this. This is good. We fucked up. We fucked up again. Although, you know what? I mean, it'll help me with copyright anyway. It'll help me with copyright anyway. It's just one song. It is okay. This is, all you had to do was stay. And God, I didn't have a ton to say about this song other than the fact that her falsetto in, you know, these little clips here, right? Work really well. And on this album, more than Red even, really hammering home the elements of multi-layered vocal tracks, and it works to the song's benefit. And also, for being a track 5, this is hands down the most danceable, even though, you know, it's about an unfortunate circumstance with, you know, somebody you're very intimate with. So, no one cares about this song anyway. Well, there you had it, folks. If you're pissed off, somebody in my chat said that this song doesn't matter anyway. As far as track 5s are concerned, this one definitely broke tradition, I think. You know, Taylor usually gets a little bit more introspective, a little bit more melancholy, it seems. And we may have that in concept here. Doesn't go into a ton of detail like I feel like she normally would. Not to the song's detriment, though. That's just as, you know, why it kind of stands out as being a track 5, other than the fact that... it's just hella poppy, as all the songs are. So this is consistent in the same way that the debut was consistent with just being like a country album, right? This is a pop album. This is a pop album, you know. Whereas, you know, with Red, with how much I liked it and how much fun I had, that's kind of a, well, I made this song. You know, all of them, you know, you can make a linear progression between a lot of those songs, but sonically, you know, where it's fun, it's a little all over the place. Where here, it's much more consistent. Has a lot of better songs stacked against it. I agree. And like I said, you know, really with this album, I'm really looking for the, I guess, more than any other album so far, really looking at the production aspect of things. And as somebody who doesn't listen to a lot of pop at all, this is very interesting to me. I know that's a fake word. We all know this one. Come on now. The Horns. This is a ska song, everybody. This is a Taylor Swift ska song. Yeah, so, like, you know, you had been living under a rock if you hadn't heard this song before, right? With the horns, though, we're now I mean, it's still poppy as all get out, but with the horns, it's adding, you know, I think some much-needed different instrumentation as far as we progress through the album. But, I mean, you know, it's got a catchy hook, and, like... You know, I know this song was even used on a lot of commercials, but like this is like good corporate core, good Target core. Not that Stay Stay was bad. We all know that I'm a big fan of that one. But, you know, it's like, oh, okay. I know why a lot of the fans might not think so highly of it. But this one's like, oh, dude, it's got a great message, you know. You know, I can't imagine how many anti-bullying campaigns were interested in this song.
Cause the players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake it out. Heartbreakers gonna break, and the fakers gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake it out.
You know, and there's something about this, you know, because from Red and this album, a lot of pop hits. For some reason, I feel like this was the one that made me kind of go, just as like, you know, a very passive listener at the time when it came out, like, oh no, she's gonna be here a while. This is like this is a song made to be charted. This is, yeah. You know, and maybe, you know, somebody else could have come up with this song, right? For a hypothetical. Yeah, like this would be a one-hit wonder. But it's just the sheer amount of other material that she has even before this and what has come to be from it. But yeah, just kind of listening to it as a past year, I was like, oh yeah, no, she's kind of cementing herself in this space.
Good hair, won't you come on over, baby? We can shake. Yeah, cause the players gonna play.
Get back into it.
And the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake. I shake it out. And you got to. I shake it out.
Yeah, as far as a genuine reaction to that goes, you can't have it. Sorry, I've already heard the song before. But yeah, like I said, this was one that, like I said, you would have had to have been living under a rock if you hadn't heard this song before, right? Good pop, shake it off. Someone comes at you, hey man, I don't like the cut of your jib. You know, dude, I'm about to shake it off right now, so you best just save your energy, right? I wish you would. I got so excited. 2 a.m. is back. Ladies and gentlemen. It happened. She did it for me. She did it for me. I'm so happy. I don't even care if that's the only time it's mentioned on this album. Literally do not care. I got it once. I feel seen and heard.
It's 2 a.m. in your car. Windows down, you pass my street, the memories start. You say it's in the past. You drive straight ahead. You're thinking that I hate you now, cause you still don't know what I never said. I wish you would come back. Wish I never hung up the phone like I did. I wish you knew that I'll never forget you as long as I live. I wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you would. Right now, it's all good. I wish you would. I wish we could go back and remember what we were fighting for. I wish you knew that I miss you too much to be mad anymore. Wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you would.
In a weird way, it's almost a little bit more sad when Taylor's kind of talking about her mistakes. She's. I think it's pretty evident that she's got a very big heart, right? So, it sucks when we see her kind of divulge into all the times that she's been hurt, but then maybe that regret that comes from when you feel as though you've kind of dished it out. So that's what this song is.
Always knew how to push my buttons. You give me everything and nothing. This mad love makes you come running. Stand back wasted. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. 2 a.m. Here we are.
See, now we're not palm muting the chorus anymore. We're just dropping the bass. That's the standard for this album, right? Because you can palm mute an electric guitar. You can't palm mute a drum machine or whatever they're using, right? So everything kind of just goes down. Although, wait, hold on. What's playing right there?
2 a.m.
Yeah, so that's just the guitar. So yeah. So we just have the isolated rhythm guitar.
See your face, hear my voice in the dark. We'll cook it love in a straight line down.
This might be heresy to maybe some people that don't like Taylor Swift, but that bass that I'm hearing, the do-do-do-do-do, right? And it's really fat bass. Reminds me of the song Sleepless by King Crimson. I'm sure that bass sound is incorporated in a lot of pop music, but I'm hearing it right now, and that's what I got to say that it reminds me of, right? Taylor Swift and King Crimson are the same band.
We'll cook it love in a straight line down. Makes you want to run and hide, but it made us turn right back around. I wish you would come back. Wish I never hung up the phone like I did. I wish you knew that I'd never forget you as long as I live. And I wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you would. I wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you would. You always knew how to push my buttons. You give me everything and nothing. This mad love makes you come running.
Sorry, I like what she's doing with the vocals there.
Stand back wasted. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would.
With this album so far, and I'm sure, like we said, the Taylor, right? We do get some pretty detailed songs as far as, things that have happened to her, and she gets very descriptive about those things. And where my appreciation of that lies is, well, know the context and all of what came before you, right? Know the context, then listening to the song, it's way more fun to engage with it that way. At least for me as a first-time listener. But on this album, and I'm sure that it's based off of stuff, but it's not as descriptive. And I think that's good in the sense that so many more people can listen to it for so many more reasons, right? I'll use a quote by somebody who had a big week in the news, and we won't get into it exactly, but Dave Grohl once said that one of the reasons why he loves playing live is that you go out there and you see 20,000 people, and you play a song, and there's 20,000 reasons why people came to hear you play that song. Everybody's got their own interpretation, their own experience with that music, and it could be for anything. You know, it could be the more descriptive stuff, but I think when it's a little bit more general but hits on it just a little bit, I think that is like a perfect sweet spot. And we're getting a lot of that on this album, and this song was an example of that, I think. It is definitely less lore-centered, and I think where that kind of served Red a little bit better, because this album is just so fucking consistent. Especially coming from Speak Now and Red, which were kind of all over the place. I can appreciate that not only is it consistent sonically, but it seems to be consistent lyrically as well. Cause you know we got bad blood. We all know this one. Yeah, and I think the amount of songs that I know off of this, because I've known a song off of every single album so far. I think it goes to show you the virility. Is that no? Virility? Like something going viral? Is that what that word means? Virility? I don't know. That's not what that word means. There's no way that that's what that word means. I think it just goes to show you how viral this album got culturally off the singles. So I think virility, isn't that like, I don't know, I'm going to quit talking and just listen to music.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, and baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Did you have to do this? I was thinking that you could be trusted. Did you have to ruin what was shiny? Now it's all rusted. Did you have to hit me where I'm weak? Baby, I couldn't breathe and rub it in so deep. Salt in the wound like you're laughing right at me. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times, you and I. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad love. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, and baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Did you think we'd be fine? Still got scars on my back from your knife, so don't think it's in the past. These kind of wounds, they last and they last. Now did you think it all through? All these things will catch up to you, and time can heal, but this won't. So if you're coming my way, just don't. Oh,
I'm going to stop there just because, especially right over here,
all these things will catch up to you, and time can heal, but this won't. So if you're coming my way, just don't.
I'm hearing that while thinking about how high because you know we got bad blood, right? And there's a lot of space in between the sounds that she's making with her voice. Yeah, outside of this, like I said, it's the hit, right? One of the hits. And again, falling back into that theme that I'm noticing where it's a little bit more general and it's easier for audiences to kind of apply their own experiences.
Band-aids don't fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. If you live like that, you live with ghosts. If you love like that, blood runs. 'Cause baby, now we got
I liked that a lot.
You love like that, blood runs. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad love.
She needs to do a hard rock album. Just out of my curiosity. I know she can do it. I know another big news of the week in music, right? Not just Dave Grohl, but the lady they got for Linkin Park. Taylor should have done the new Linkin Park, right? She could stack up with Chester, right? It's the same voice.
So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, and baby, now we got bad blood. Now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad love. So take a look what you've done. Look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, and baby, now we got bad blood. Hey!
Yeah, like everything I said, that vocal towards the end there,
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad.
that kind of brought the song back for me. A little repetitive, but like I said, this album more than any just like knew how to get songs on the chart. And for that, we applaud. We applaud Taylor. Yeah, so far, I don't want to eat my words on this, but like as an album, this is probably is it the best one? Red was just so fun, right? Red was just so fun. Just because it was kind of all over the place. With this one, it's a lot more concentrated. Okay. Let's get on. Wildest Dreams.
He said, let's get out of this town.
Pop punk song.
Out of the city, away from the crowds. I thought heaven can't help me now. Nothing lasts forever. But this is gonna take me down. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. I can see the end as it begins. My one condition is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams.
Okay. Seems like a logical place to stop. She had a really good, like, I really liked.
Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe.
I like that. I like the rhythm of that quite a bit. And, yeah, the strings are kicking in the background.
Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Forever, but this is getting good now. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. And when we've had our very last kiss, my last request is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams.
Okay. If this song doesn't absolutely explode, that'll be fine, I guess. But I want to hear an EDM remix to this song so bad. Don't spoil it for me. Don't tell me if it happens. But I feel like it's building in a nice way. Like I said, the rhythm of it's really good. The strings on top of the vocals. Like, I feel like I don't know how to do an EDM remix, but I feel like this one's just begging for it. I'm begging for it.
You see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night, burning it down. Someday when you leave me, I bet these memories follow you around. Say you remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just pretend. Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, baby. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just pretend. Just pretend. The streams wildest dreams. Even if it's just your wildest dreams. In your wildest dreams.
Simple, but you know, that song didn't really go anywhere. It kind of stayed in its pocket, but I really liked where it kept me. With the strings, yeah, I liked this one quite a bit. Like I said, like, this is probably the first Taylor Swift song I've heard where I'm like, I need to hear a fucking remix of that. How You Get the Girl.
Months, and you were too afraid to tell her what you want, and that's how it works. That's how you get the girl, and then you say, I want you, but words are better.
Ease me into it, girl. What the hell? You don't always do this to me, so when you do it to me, I don't expect just wall of sound. Have this.
Remind her how it used to be. Yeah, yeah. Of pictures in frames, of kisses on cheeks. Tell her how you must have lost your mind. Ooh. When you left her all alone and never told her why. And that's how it works. That's how you lost the girl.
I know it's building. I'll go back. But this one I'm feeling like has a little bit behind it. And I'm really pissed off that the chat is far behind on this recording because I kind of want to know what's the tea on this one. Right? Kind of want to know. As far as production is concerned, this one's really good. Like I said, that just wall of sound after it dropped, and I suspect it's about to again. I don't know if the people hating on the song have absolutely no taste. To me, I mean, it fits perfectly within the record. I don't notice that this song is substantially any better or worse than any other song that's on the album thus far. I guess I'm just kind of obsessed with the "It's been 6 months" lyric, you know? Tell her what you want. Oh, it's from the other perspective, as somebody was saying. Okay. I gotcha. Okay, so this is like the book where it's from Edward's perspective in Twilight, right? Instead of from Bella's perspective, but it's the other way around. It's actually Bella's perspective. No. It's Edward's perspective. Yeah. No. It's the exact same thing. This is Twilight. This is, no, this is just Twilight. It's just too Katy Perry core, and Taylor is a stronger writer than that. I can see the Katy Perry core. I don't know what that does to Taylor's detriment, at least at this time in the discography. It's another, okay, so it's just another like Harry song, but more from his perspective. Okay, let's continue.
And now you say I want you, but words are for better. I would wait forever and ever and ever. And you know that I don't want you to go.
All right, I'll go back a little bit. Somebody said something, like the song is fun, but a little generic. And I'd have to agree, but only to an extent, because sure, it's might be more of a generic sounding pop song. I think there's been some standout pop songs here on this album. They're outstanding songs even, right? But I think given the context, again, where it's Taylor's, and I haven't said it yet in this stream, this whole journey is about seeing her progression as an artist, as an entertainer, as a performer. And even though, yeah, sure, this might be a generic pop song, I think it's serving the place in the story where she's solidifying the fact that I am not the same person. I am getting older. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. I'm not going to let you assholes control the narrative. Right? Even though this is just a song about Harry Styles.
Remind me how it used to be. Pictures in frames of kisses on cheeks. And say you want me. Yeah, and then you say I want you, but words are for better. I would wait forever and ever. Move your heart, I'll put it back together. I want you forever and ever. And that's how it works. That's how you get the girl. 'Cause that's how it works. And that's how it works. That's how you get the girl. That's how it works. And that's how it works.
I just didn't expect so many things to be happening in the ears listening to a Taylor Swift album, production wise. A little coming out of the left side here, fantastic.
And that's how it works. That's how you get the girl. And that's how it works. That's how you got the girl.
So it makes me sleepy sometimes, not my favorite. Like I said, I can see the genuine excitement where, because, with a lot of these songs, they're not so specific. They're a little bit more generalized. And I can see the excitement otherwise, or it not being so kind of Mod Podge like Red or even Speak Now was to an extent. Actually, I'd say to a pretty heavy extent. But I was kind of waiting for this in a way. I do think that with some elements of 1989, especially the Max Martin songs, you can see the typical pop elements creeping in where the production takes center stage over the lyrics and the story sometimes. That's not a bad thing. Max is successful for a reason. Those kinds of songs absolutely have a purpose, but songs like How You Get the Girl and Shake It Off definitely have different vibes to them. Yes, I'd agree. I wouldn't put Into the Woods into that category. Out of the Woods, I Wish You Would, and many of the Vault tracks. I actually think that Out of the Woods is a standout track on this album so far. Yeah, but largely I got to agree with you there. This Love.
This love is
Okay. Yeah. It's a little weird that we're this far through the album. There's a song that's a little bit more slower pace, a little bit more, not necessarily methodical, but taking its time to get there. Maybe it doesn't get there. Maybe it stays where it is. I don't know.
This love is good, this love is bad, this love is alive back from the dead. Oh, these hands had to let it go free, and this love came back to me. Oh, this love left a permanent mark, this love is glowing in the dark. Oh, these hands had to let it go free, and this love came back to me. Oh.
Go back a little bit. Sorry, my mic's fucking up here. Yeah, like I said, the placement on the album's kind of weird. I feel like it would have been a little bit more in the, like a track 5. I feel that this feels more like what a track 5 would be, although that's Taylor. I would posit that this is another way of her saying that she's redefining herself. I'm not going to put the slow song on track 5. I'm not going to put a lot of these songs on this album. That's not what this is. That's not who I am anymore. That's where I kind of think that this is coming from. And apparently this song was more so a poem before it became a song. I was going to say something like it is giving vibes of earlier albums, but fits well on this album a lot.
This love came back to me. Oh.
I can see why a lot of the Taylor Swift loyalists, I'm going to call you loyalists now, not Swifties, consider this album to be the pop Bible. I don't know if they come up with the term, somebody else came up with the term. But as far as this album, because it is kind of unwavering in that sound. And it's not, and it's, you know, hearkening back to those synth vibes from the 80s too. Here it's in the background with that do. That's not the exact tone. I'm not a computer. But, yeah, like I said, the placement's pretty weird, but I think to have a song like we needed a song like this on just for vibes on the album. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that one. Maybe one more thing about it. It is weird that, you know, I guess this was written when she was doing, you know, some of the older albums. And before somebody said that, I did have that vibe where, like, I feel like this should have been, or this reminds me of some of the older stuff. So not even like the sound of it even. I think it's the lyrics a little bit. So I know places. You want to go to the park, the mall, parking garage? I know them all. I know places.
You stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out and we run.
Hey. So I like this one lyrically, just for the, you know, the premise of, you know, like, let's get away from the bullshit, man. Like, we don't need this. I saw on Instagram the other day, somebody was asking, do you live up the way or down the way? Right? People might say that, like, started living up the way. Man, I started living down the way. Right? I started living up the way. But the main comment, the top comments were, bro, it's best to stay out the way. And I was like, I fuck with that. That's what this song is. Hey, let's go find a place that's out the way. let's get the hell out of here.
My love, they are the hunters, we are the foxes, and we run, baby. I know places we won't be found, and they'll be chasing their tails, trying to track us down. 'Cause I know places we can hide. I know places. They are the hunters, we are the foxes.
Okay, so some things to talk about here. It's piano heavy, which is new for the album. And her screaming right here.
We run, baby.
I know that gets, like, I know Cruel Summer, you know, she's really belting it out in the line. I think it's Cruel Summer. I'm probably right. There's like the one line in that as it kind of crescendos towards the chorus there. Yeah, this one's kind of another one. And I'm only saying this because the rest of the album has been so different and so consistent. Another one that I could probably see on an earlier album, but all the while fits in pretty good here.
I know places. They are the hunters, we are the.
And instead of a palm muted chorus that I love so much, kind of harkening back to that a little bit, but it's just, as before in the album, it was just one guitar, you know, one of those rhythm Nile Rodgers guitars. This one's just the bass, and I like it.
They are the hunters, we are the foxes, and we run. Just grab my hand and don't ever drop it. My love, baby. I know places we won't be found, and they'll be chasing their tails, trying to track us down. 'Cause in the dead of night, your eyes so free. I know places, and I know for you, it's always me. I know places.
Whoa. A little distortion on the vocal there I wasn't expecting. Yeah, a little bit more piano forward there. And another song that sounds a little different from other songs on the album, so it's kind of a little bit more fresh on the ears. Yeah, so getting a lot of comments about, you know, this being about paparazzi, but because that's not like necessarily called out in the song, you know, that might be one of the reasons why she may have wrote it, or the only reason. I don't fucking know. But because it's not like explicitly said, I think that this song could, you know, provide some catharsis to some people, you know, just like when you just want to get away, you know, man, sometimes I like going camping, and I should, this is actually a camping song confirmed. That's how I feel. Just like, just shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. I don't have any cell reception. Good. Leave me alone. Clean.
Hold my head as I lost the war, and the sky turned black like a perfect
I didn't expect to get like a disgusting beat of a Taylor Swift song. But that beat and that tone is awesome. Shout out to the producers on that one, you know, for all the technical prowess and knowledge there, right? This is another one though that I like. The verse, it's weird. There's been a couple examples so far where the verse has me a little bit more than the chorus does. Actually, in this case, a lot more. And I do like this line quite a bit. Like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. You know? It's like, it's something you wear when you're dolled up. But you got it's stained, you know? You can't wear it anymore. Hung my head as I lost the war. Damn. Yeah, well, and, you know, the music definitely fits the vibe of the lyrics here as well.
No one heard of me. Rain came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean. I think I am finally clean. Said I think I am finally clean. 10 months sober, I must admit. Just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss it. 10 months older, I won't give in. Now that I'm clean, I'm never gonna risk
Ah ha ha ha.
it.
Sorry, so calling it clean in a couple ways, right? And it even kind of calls back to the wine that's stained on the dress. So, you know, wants to rid herself, wants to clean herself of her dirt, you know, for lack of a better term. And kind of the double entendre there, or the double meaning with clean, right? You know, 10 months sober, you know, maybe you're hitting the bottle a little too hard there. And you can't be doing that, right? Someone said that this would be a good track 5, but it's my understanding that this was the last song on the original release. If that's true, I'll keep talking. If this is the last song on the original release, I like the way this feels as a closing song. A lot of the time, a lot of albums have a slower, more melancholy kind of song to end the record. So this would actually make a lot of sense. And as far as placement on it goes, you know, the ride you get through an album, this is placed perfectly, I think.
I was the very worst. When the flowers that we'd grown together died of thirst. The rain came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean. The rain came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean. Finally clean. Think I'm finally clean. Think I'm finally clean.
Yeah, okay, so the original release of 1989 had 13 tracks. Come on. Okay, had 13 tracks. The original release of this, right? And I think as an album Closer, this works really well in a couple ways. So, she's trying to rid herself of, emotional dirt, right? And then, like I said, that little double entendre with the drinking, the being sober. But clean in the sense, going back to the prologue of the thing, where she's in a way of reinventing herself. I'm going to interpret that, with clean, of just shedding all this stuff off and wearing a new set of skin. Get your exfoliators out. Look who's walking down the line. But I will also say this. This is where it ended. And I can't imagine it's going to get amazingly different. On first listen, if I listened to this back in high school, back in 2015, 2016, 2014, I guess it was when it came out. But whenever it was up against Kendrick, I still think To Pimp a Butterfly is better. However, here's what I've learned. I think I can kind of figure out why, that this may have gotten selected. And again, it's about what you care about. And, the Grammys, if you care about that, you care about that. Back in the day, I did. Right. And this album, I only knew this album as the album that beat out Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly. I can understand why it won, because sometimes you can't deny the commercial success of something and what that's able to do culturally in the zeitgeist, in people's taste towards music. And this was a phenomenal hit. And on top of that, artistically, in a weird way, going more pop was a very interesting artistic move, knowing that she wanted this to reinvent herself, and that not only did she go so hard into it, but did it with seemingly flying colors. There wasn't any real stinkers on this. So I can definitely understand it. And honestly, if nothing else, this whole project of mine is to understand and better appreciate the biggest musician on the planet. And and we're going to keep going on this, but even just in 13 tracks on this album and the 4 that we've listened to already, that's what's happening. So, if I had to cast my vote, I'd be like, okay, Taylor, good game. Where's Kendrick? But it looks like that there's, no pun intended here, but totally pun intended, bad blood between Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift. And so we'll get to that collab. And I'm very, very excited. All right, Wonderland, we're getting into it.
Flashing lights and we took a wrong turn and we fell down a rabbit hole. Didn't they tell us don't rush into things? Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Haven't you heard what becomes of curious minds? Ooh, didn't it all seem new and exciting? I felt your arms twisting around, and it could last forever. We found Wonderland.
I wanted it to drop
You
there.
and I got lost in it, and life was in Wonderland.
My God.
In Wonderland. In Wonderland.
So all of that just kind of comes at you all at once. Really was not expecting that at all. I kind of like what she does here.
Haven't you heard what becomes of curious minds?
I don't know. I feeling like Taylor's getting a little authoritative. Just bringing that voice down. But yeah, here it's just.
And life was never worse, but never better.
Actually, while we're here.
But there were strangers watching, and whispers turned to talking, and talking turned to screams. Oh. Didn't they tell us don't rush into things? Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Didn't you calm my fears with a Cheshire Cat smile? Ooh, didn't it all seem
Okay. So playing off the whole, going down the rabbit hole thing. I was like, okay, yeah, it's Wonderland, but now it's really Wonderland. She name checked Cheshire Cat, used his government. You know what I mean? Nice to know that Harry has green eyes. I guess I've never looked at him that long, but there's been a couple green eye references in this album thus far.
Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and life was never worse, but never better.
It just comes in so hard. Like I appreciate a loud sound.
Life was never worse,
But-
but never better. In Wonderland.
This is a Swift song that you mosh around to.
I knew I had to go back home. You searched the world for something else to make you feel like what we had. And in the end, in Wonderland, we both went mad. Oh, we found Wonderland. You and I got lost in it.
Man. really toying with my timing there, huh, Taylor?
We pretend it all could last forever. We found Wonderland. You and I got lost in it, and life was never worse, but never better. In Wonderland.
Yeah, that one was just a lot. I do like that she name checked Cheshire Cat on that. So I feel like, there's a lot of bands that'll write songs about Alice in Wonderland and do the whole rabbit hole thing, right? White Rabbit, Jefferson Airplane, great song. But this shit, it's like right in your face. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like I like it, but it's like.
Life was
Oh wait, no.
never
Where
worse,
was it?
and in the end, in
Yeah.
And in the end, in Wonderland, we both went mad. Wonderland.
Yeah, some interesting timing there, just as far as bringing it back, I guess. Pretty cool. This song's about Jack Antonoff. Jack and my aunt. No, I'm not gonna finish that. Not finishing that. Not gonna talk for the rest of my life.
One look, darted joke, no proof, not much, but you saw enough.
I didn't do anything to my aunt. I tried doing the joke that somebody did earlier, but it came out way worse. You want me to do what to Anton? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit.
Buttons on a coat, light up. You're in love, true love. You're in love.
We just get harps.
Morning, his place, and you knew what it was. He is in love. You can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. You can see it with the lights out. You're in love, true love. You're in love.
Okay. Just in case you didn't know, Taylor Swift invented love with this song. Well, I actually didn't know that. It's crazy. I didn't experience such an emotion till I was 14. I was nearly a man. Let's see. Fun fact, this production is basically identical to Secret Garden by Bruce Springsteen. That's weird inspiration. I will go on record once again on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Not a fan of the Brewster. Not a fan at all. With all the classic rock that I love listening to, that's just one that never got me. Never got me. This is Jack Antonoff's and Lena Dunham's relationship. Jack Antonoff loves Bruce. Well, there was a thing he did, Bleachers and Bruce Springsteen, and it was on the alt state. I'm like one of the only people that still actually listens to the radio just because sometimes I feel dangerous maneuvering my vehicle with my phone. So don't mess with your phone while you're driving. And like, I get it, but Bruce is like, Turnpike, and I'm like, come on. Not a fan of Bob Dylan. No, Bob Dylan's fantastic. Actually, I think I'm missing a Bob Dylan show that's near me right now. Hey, that's my Bob Dylan. Yes, my friends, is blowing in the wind. I love Bob Dylan. The greatest American songwriter of all time. Bar none. You got Bob Dylan, Blank Spaces, and then I don't know who's. I usually just don't even think of anybody in the same category. Some might say Bruce Springsteen, and I'd say you're wrong. No, Bruce writes very good lyrics, and I get why people love him. I just can't deal with it. That's a tangent that we just went on. So, yeah, I guess so.
You two are dancing in a snow globe round and round, and he keeps a picture of you in his office downtown. You're in love, true love. You're in love. You can hear it in the silence, silence. You can feel it on the way home. You can feel it on the way home, way home. You can see it with the lights out, lights out. You're in love, true love. You're in love.
You know, I kind of like that idea of, noticing that that's something that you can't put it into words, and therefore it makes sense that you're able to see this thing. You can't put it into words. See it without the lights on, in the silence. It's the things around the things that we notice, right? Because where else does love come from, right? It just fucking hits you one day, and you're like, oh, what the fuck was that? Oh my God. Hey, love, hey. I'm just going to talk in my Bob Dylan impression the rest of the night. New Romantics is my fave, all caps. New Romantics, pop perfection. OMGGGGGGGGGGGG. New Romantics. Okay, so we skipped that one. We skipped that one, right? Skipping it. Nope, kidding. Kidding. Everybody calm the fuck down. God. You can't even make jokes anymore. What the fuck? You can't make jokes anymore.
We're all bored. We're all so tired of everything we wait for. Chains that just aren't coming. We show off our different scarlet letters. Trust me, mine is better. We're so young, but we're on the road to ruin. We play dumb. We know exactly what we're doing. We cry tears of mascara in the bathroom. Honey, life is just a classroom.
I'll go back. Who is this lady singing to me right now? This does not sound like Taylor Swift. Like, at all. First listen.
It's just a classroom.
Okay, so the way that dropped, what song was it? Wonderland? It dropped so much better than Wonderland did. Like immediately I noticed it. I don't know if that's how it was produced or just how the pacing takes it in. Again, I don't know who the hell this lady is that's singing to me, but at least in the verse, it does not sound like Taylor Swift. And then I was going to say this before, and it seems like I was on the right track. Every day is like a battle. I was going to say the way that it started off, I was like, this is Love is a Battlefield. If you know that song from the 80s. You know? That's just the kind of like vibe I'm getting. Maybe not sonically, but very much I feel like it's on the same playlist somewhere.
In my face, but I'm about to play my ace. We need love, but all we want is danger. We team up and switch sides like a record changer. The rumors are terrible and cruel, but honey, most of them are true.
Gonna pause it just because that was kind of bars. I think this is the first time since Cold As You that I've said that Taylor had, like, that I've referred to something as bars. Switch sides like a record changer. Oh my God. I just because, like, record changers aren't as ubiquitous as they used to be. Yeah, I liked that. Switching sides. Yeah. Like ones that would do it automatically. Jukebox.
But honey, most of them are true.
Yeah, like how do you not tap your foot and just bop your head to this? This is a good one. I like this one a lot. I just want to go back to this real quick.
I'm about to play my ace.
This is the Diet Coke song. That's Diet Coke core right there. Let me tell you.
Me stranded, it's so romantic. Oh, baby, I can build a castle out of all the bricks they threw at me. Every day is like we sing it proudly. We're too busy dancing to get knocked off our feet. Maybe we're the new romantics, the best people in life are free.
Yeah, man. I almost feel like this was something that should have been on Red. Reminds me a lot of 22. If it's just in that weird kind of like, I feel like this is definitely let's be together and have each other's backs here kind of a deal. Pink Blue says, to me this song is such a fascinating contrast or evolution to Welcome to New York. Something about the way the original deluxe album starts with the lights are so bright, but they never blind me, and ends with the lights and the noise are blinding. Something about how it starts with the bright idealistic optimism and ends with a sense of jaded cynicism cloaked in sarcasm and bubblegum. You're blowing minds out here, Pink Blue. Yeah, no, this one was pretty good. Like I said, that drop was a lot better than Wonderland too. Air horn? Does it get the MLG air horn? I don't know if it gets the MLG or... I wasn't going to play it, but then it just played, so... It gets the MLG air horn. Let's see how many we got left real quick. Sorry. Oh, okay, I'm very excited for this song. Very excited for this song. Mainly just because of the name of the song, but... yeah, let's get it.
Flamingo pink, Sunrise Boulevard, clink, clink. Being this young is art, aquamarine, and nobody knows. Love thorns all over this rose. I'll pay the price you want. But if I'm all dressed up, they might as well be looking at us. If they call me a
Okay, yeah, sorry, folks. I, usually like to put in a little bit of low effort analysis, which is why we come here for, right? As far as how the song sounds, I like it a lot. It's getting back a little bit to, like Miami Vice or something like that, just as far as like the lower sounding synths go. No, good for her. This is what it kind of seems to me like. Nah, she's going to do what I want. I'm going to do what I want. Oh, he's down there. Give him the code. He'll be up in no time. Right? That kind of a deal. Again, if Def Leppard can sing about this stupid shit, so can she. Right? But, make it a point to, in a world of boys, he's a gentleman. I feel like, with this song, and I think, at least I've seen the artwork for Reputation, a little bit more of like a bad girl thing going on. And I'm getting those kinds of vibes here. Shaking hands with blank space to me, yes, I agree. One being a satirical hyper-characterization of what media thinks of her, the other one being a vulnerable expression of how the media commentary makes her feel. Yeah, and then also to that point, yeah, I don't know. I'm still getting like a little bit of like a bad girl. Maybe that's just because I know Reputation's up next. And just from looking at the album cover, that may be like a shit critique there. But that's what I'm thinking. She seems like she's very unapologetic here. Might as well, if I'm going to be drunk, I might as well be drunk in love. Doing the things that she wants to do. And he's a gentleman. Let me be the bad one.
Taking your chance, it's a big mistake. Said it might blow up in your pretty face. I'm not saying do it anyway, but you're going to. And if they call me, you know it might be worth it for once. Nothing gonna be. Might as well be drunk in love.
Good for you. That's what I got to say to you, Taylor. Good for you. You tell him. Own that. Wow. Wouldn't it have been crazy? Album after this, she calls it Slut. That would have been wild. That would have been crazy. Yeah, well, and that's what I was thinking, that, she might have been a little too scared, or as far as her image is concerned, might have been a little too scared to release it then. But hey, I can tell very easily that was from the heart. So I feel like say don't go is like stay, stay, stay. It means the same thing, right?
I've known it from the very start. We're a shot in the darkest dark. Oh no, oh no, I'm on. But it won't close. I'm holding out hope for you to say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say, don't go.
I know it's about to pick up. I just tease you guys. I'm going to go back a little bit. I feel like there was a song early on in the first two albums that was kind of the same deal, although I think that was a phone call where it was about the same thing, where it's like, if like she was really hoping the other party said something, and like, oh yeah, no, I would have come right back. It's got to pause a little bit. All right. Last Kiss may have been it. I don't think so.
I would stay forever if you say, don't go. Why'd you have to lead me on? Why'd you have to say, don't go? I would stay forever if you
know I've had it playing for a second there, and I'm just trying to take it in. This one isn't grabbing me the most on this album. Now, that's to say, because a lot of these songs have had a pretty firm grip on me so far. This one, also, it might just be because we came after Slut, and I feel like there was a lot of things to say there, even outside of, a one-on-one relationship with somebody, and the transgressions therein. It's perfectly fine. It's still very consistent with the rest of everything going on musically. So, trying to see the cards you won't show. I'm about to fold unless you say don't go. Is growth from foolish one. My cards are on the table, all in your hands. Oh, yeah, she does like those little card analogies there, doesn't she? The ace. This song is like all you had to do was say and Clean had a baby. I can see that. This is just a vault song. I don't know about that. I don't know. There have been some pretty good vault songs. I don't know if it's fair to say it's just a vault song. If this song defined all of the vault songs, I would say it's just a vault song. But I don't know about that.
Make me love you. I said I love you. You say nothing back. Why'd you have to leave me on? Why'd you have to twist the night? Walk over if you say, don't go. But you won't. But you won't. I would stay forever if you say don't go. But you won't. But you won't. But you won't.
Yeah, I guess it's okay for me to say this. Yeah, it's just a vault track. And not my favorite Taylor Swift song thus far, but I'm sure that there is much to enjoy for a lot of people. I got some defenders in the chat. High expectations for the next one. Okay. What's the next one? Now That We Don't Talk.
You went to a party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't even get me started.
I'll go back a little bit, but I love how it sounds like her vocals were recorded in a bathroom. For some reason, that's doing a lot of good things for me.
You went to a party, I heard from everybody.
It's like it's a little echoey.
Like the Red Sea, don't even get me started. So I called my mom, she said to get it off my chest. Remind myself the way you faded till I last. I cannot be your friend, so I pay the price of what I lost. And what it cost, now that we don't talk. I don't have to pretend I like acid rock.
Oh, please bear with me in my genuine surprise that acid rock was mentioned in a Taylor Swift song. So Jake Gyllenhaal likes Mumford & Sons, and Harry Styles is more of a, King Gizzard guy. I like this one a little bit. Things that are like just very relatable. And then here, it's probably very, with the acid rock line and this line, they're probably directed, but there's enough here to kind of just give you a general idea to kind of and just apply it to other things. And I kind of like that in this album, that there is a lot of that. Not a ton of that, at least that I picked up on or really noticed within the last few songs. But like here, like I called my mom just to get it, she said to get it off my chest. Everybody does that. I'm streaming right now and my mom called me and I missed a call from my mom. I feel bad, right? Talk to your moms. Shit. You get a lot of good out of it.
That I'd like to be on a mega yacht with important men who think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off, just like I had been when you were chasing me. Guess this is how it has to be. Now that people talk.
Somebody said that was too short, and I don't think so. I think the pacing of that, even though, I know I paused it, but I feel like I can get a firm grasp on what this song was laying down. right? It was paced pretty good. And honestly, the fact that it's short, it's kind of more so quality over quantity there, especially just within the words. Yeah. I liked this one. Okay, so I saw Suburban Legends on the track listing before, and there's a ska band called Suburban Legends that does like primarily ska covers of Disney songs. They're not my favorite ska band by any degree, but you should go check out Suburban Legends, the band, because that's what this, like, I've not been able to get out of my head all day because I was just scrolling through it last night. I was like, whoa, Suburban Legends, what the fuck? Ska band reference, I don't care. This is in my head canon. You guys can tell me I'm wrong all I want to. This song is about ska, and acid rock was mentioned. See, this is, you guys are watching a Taylor Swift experience through new eyes. I'm sure that you call back to certain songs that, you know, are significant in parts of your life. Ska and acid rock for me. If Suburban Legends has 0 fans, I'm dead. All right, Suburban Legends.
People who called you on unmarked numbers in my peripheral vision. I let it slide like a hose on a slippery plastic. Suburban legends, when you hold me, it holds me together, and you kiss me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever. I had the fantasy that maybe.
Okay, sorry. Magnetic was it was obnoxious. Flush with the currency of cool. We were born to be suburban legends. What the fuck does that mean? Popular with the white folk? Is that what that means?
Walking in with you, you'd be more than a chapter in my old diaries, with the pages ripped out. I am standing in a 1950s gymnasium, and I can still see you now. I didn't.
All right, so as it gets back into it, somebody made the comment that I was going to say, and I'll say it now because somebody else said it. The vault tracks on this album so far have lacked in comparison to Red, in my opinion. Or not necessarily the vault tracks, but like the latter half of the album, right? Yeah, the vault tracks. I don't know, for some reason all those like it really had me. Like that part 2 stream, I did not expect. I was going in expecting very little in comparison to what we listened to before, and I was actually kind of like buzzing off a couple of those songs. Girl at Home being the obvious winner for me on that album. Oh my God. If you subscribe to my Patreon and you get the $5 tier, I put out exclusive content, and I put out my first exclusive video, and it's just me driving and lip singing to that song. So if you want to see it, it's on there. Do plan on putting out just some, other dumb videos, behind the scenes shit at some point. Yeah, I can see why people are conflicted about it. I think it's right down the middle for me here. The one criticism I have where I can appreciate consistency, but a lot of the songs, at least on the first listen, and I know I'm marathoning this, are kind of blurring together. This one, I just don't know how to interpret Suburban Legends. It's a ska song. We were born to be suburban legends. Ska song. Disney covers of ska Disney covers. But
Here to make friends, we were born to be suburban legends. When you hold me, it holds me together, and you kiss me in a way that's good. Tick tock on the clock, I paced down your block. I broke my own heart 'cause you were too polite to do it. Waves crash on the shore, I dash to the door. You don't knock anymore, and my whole life's ruined. It's and my life would be ruined.
all right, so we got a good comment here that I want to read. TTY says, I think like high school sweethearts that stay together forever and the town tells the story like they're legends. I appreciate that interpretation. I would bet money that that is exactly where that term comes from. Although, if you're watching the video, you let me know and you tell me what you think. 2 more songs. Wow. So I, given that, I've kind of put my foot down as far as just listening to the records, basing them off of how I usually engage with music. Anything else we'll listen to at the very end of the series. And don't worry, I'll probably come back and do more Taylor Swift stuff down the line. But as far as doing this as often as I'm doing it, we're going to end with Dead... God, I did it again. Dead Poets Society. The album's called Dead Poets Society. I don't care. I'm very excited for that. So, is it over now? Nope. We got 2 more songs. You see what I did there? Laugh.
Once the flight had flown, with the wilt of the rose, I slept all alone, but you still wouldn't go. My mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You searching every maiden's bed for something greater, baby. Was it over when she laid down on your couch? Was it over when he unbuttoned my blouse? Come here, I whispered in your ear in your dream as you passed out, baby. Was it over then? And is it over now?
I didn't expect her to get so saucy. This is saucy, ladies and gentlemen. And I just wanted to get saucier. Just wanted to get saucier. And I know that, this is a vault track, but you probably wrote it at around the same time. This whole journey that I've been on is seeing this artist progress and, determine which new ways are best for her to define herself and express herself. Getting into, sexy kind of, subject material is just what happens when you get older, but there's a lot of material there, so.
Decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors about my hips and thighs and my whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off a very tall somethings just to see you come running and say the one thing I've been wanting. But no, let's fast forward to 300 awkward blind dates later. If she's got blue eyes, I will surmise that she'll probably date her. You dream of my mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You searching every model's bed for something greater, baby. Was it over?
Messy is a way to describe this. Yeah, dude, she's fixing Harry something fierce here as we get ready to end the album. Holy shit.
Lay down on your couch.
And hey, it's only fair. It's only
Baby,
fair
was it over?
that, she gets called a slut. She can call somebody else a slut. Not in as many words. Not in as many words, but in a song.
I didn't see you, there were flashing lights. At least I had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors about my hips and thighs and my whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off a fairy tale somethings just to see you come running.
That's just so sad because she's never really talked about it like that before. She's never thought like ideation. Like I hate to laugh, but I just wasn't expecting it. My jaw dropped earlier when I saw it, and then I just kind of got confused and distracted by how, I'm talking about hips and shit, blouses, putting models on beds, Yeah, this is a lot going on here, folks.
And say the one thing I've been wanting, but no. Flashing lights. Let's fast forward to 300, take out coffee later. I was hoping you'd be there. And say the one thing I've been wanting, but no.
Okay. Well, I'll let it last 3 seconds of silence play out. Okay. So, I'm pretty confident in giving, because, this is the Taylor's version deluxe, so it's, just the extra song, right? So I'm going to be pretty confident in talking about my thoughts on the project as a whole before we officially stop it and listen to the last song. So, having read the prologue, everything that was mentioned in there was true. The wanting to change and embracing that and standing up for yourself in the midst of a lot of controversy. Well, not even controversy, because, she received hate from the relationship with, Harry Styles. I can only imagine, between, the Swifties and then I don't know what Harry's fans are called, but, another fervent and excited fan base there. So I can imagine, the some of the comments that she'd get there. But more importantly, it's just going back to, the sounds of the 80s, with that being, her birth year at the tail end of the decade. I know I said at the end of Red that it, after All Too Well and that call back to the birthday party, that it felt more like a concept album about one relationship. And that, you can say that about a lot of Taylor Swift's albums, right? Especially 1989 and Red, just, like, okay, this is, my diary of, who I was with and who I shared, my emotions with. Let them in. I was vulnerable with them and shit. And this one was much more consistent, and I have it sonically speaking, and even lyrically with, like I said, a lot of more songs to kind of like, you can fill in the blank spaces of the songs maybe where she's not making direct references to things, and you can kind of put your own experiences in there, which I liked. Although with it being consistent, like I said, there were a lot of songs that kind of bled in together. Now the songs that stood out. I'm trying to think. I really liked one of these. New Romantics was really good. Slut was really good, at least on the back half. I'm sure once I'm editing this, I'll figure out which one of the songs, but when you're doing this for as long as I've been doing tonight, you might get a little crossed up. So as far as it being consistent, though, I feel like that's way more intentional, because she's trying to spur this change, whereas Red was kind of all over the place, and I think that was more indicative of that relationship and of the things that she was happy. Just like, you got to go through a whole bunch of shit to realize that something has to change, right? That's my interpretation, because I'm looking at it as a progression, which I think... I appreciate 1989's space in the discography more than I do Red, but I think as a listen, I still enjoyed Red more. Now here is the $1 billion bees question. Should it have beaten Pimp a Butterfly? I already answered this earlier, but no. That's just because, for me, not being a huge hip hop guy, I found Kendrick as like one of the, like once I started like listening to hip hop, like Kid Cudi was like the crack that got me, addicted to it for a couple summers there. And I found Kendrick and I was like, whoa, this is fantastic. So it's nostalgic for me. And I think I just have to kind of get over that. But, that's my thing. Overall, though, like I said, I think in the story of Taylor Swift, I think I can appreciate 1989 the most, just as a solid creative endeavor, more than any of the other albums so far. So that's my review of this album. as we get to some of the comments here. Yeah, I remember getting a little overwhelmed by 1989 when it first came out. Red and Speak Now just hit different for me. If I was overwhelmed by any of them, I was overwhelmed by Red. This one, yeah, like and I honestly, there's something I really don't like about Wonderland. I think maybe because of the whole theme of Alice in Wonderland may be a little overused, and the production was just in my face. Let's see, it's the second to least played song on the album, so maybe some people agree with me there. Okay, all right, time for the gravy train.
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you
Yes.
done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
Hey, I can't take it back. Look where I'm at. We was OG like DOC. Remember that? My TOC was quite OD. I D my facts. Now POV are you and me, similar Iraq. I don't hate you, but I hate to critique, overrate you. These beats of a dark cart use bass lines to replace you. Take time and erase you. Love don't hear no more. No, I don't fear no more. But yet respect ain't quite sincere no more.
Okay. It is literally just the novelty of hearing not just any rapper, but Kendrick Lamar on top of a Taylor Swift song and sticking to the theme of it. And I didn't expect Iraq. What do we got? Acid rock, ska, and Iraq. That's going to be on the thumbnail for the YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen. Acid rock? Ska? Iraq? No. It'll be something a little bit better than that.
Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times you and I. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad love. So take a look what you
I loved every second of that drop.
and I. 'Cause baby, now we got bad
I was not
blood.
expecting
You know it used to be bad
it to sound different.
So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got
You're jumping through, still love my life. I got money and power, and you gotta live with the bad blood now.
oh, it's so
Wait,
sad.
wait.
And you gotta live with the bad blood now.
Oh,
Is that Taylor laughing in the background? We got the same sense of humor, she and I.
fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. If you live like that, you live with ghosts. If you love like that, blood runs cold.
I really wanted Kendrick to belt there, but I get why it's just Taylor there.
If you love like that, blood runs cold.
That would be awesome. Oh, you know. Yeah, super fun. Kendrick came in with a Kendrick performance. He doesn't really cut corners. So, like I said, very good. I can appreciate this for what it is and for what it meant for Taylor in her life. I don't, as far as ranking them is concerned, I'm not terribly sure where I'd put it. Maybe number 3, but for some reason I like the debut more. I think I might have to listen to the debut and Fearless again. There will be some type after the very last stream that we do of looking at all the things I never looked at that you guys all told me to look at. I will make some type of ranking video for Taylor Swift. I will do that. Yeah. So maybe I don't rank it right now. And this is really pissing me off that this is fucking moving like this. I have to tighten this like every stream, and I didn't. So, yeah, really cool that Kendrick came back to record that, I think. So, do I think it lives up to the name Pop Bible? If I'm being completely real here, I get why because it was so poppy and it was so, I think if you were following Taylor Swift's music and then, you know, you just heard the hits, if you just heard the hits off of like Red and Speak Now, maybe you'd go, yeah, okay, I can see that. If you listen to the albums, no. So as that change and how that album was received that year, maybe, but even just from 10 years of that album being released, dude, this album, if there's an album I call the Pop Bible, it might be this one. I don't know how much better you get than this. I listened to this album a lot when it came out. So maybe that's just it for me there, because me and this album go way back.
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog.